Thank you. The committee is resumed. We go straight on to our next head. Head 17, Ministry of Provincial Government and Institutional Strengthening. It is proposed that the sum of $156,388,498 for Head 17 stand part of the schedule. If anyone wishes to comment on this head, please refer to pages 328 to 340 of the draft recurrent estimates. And for the PAC's findings and recommendations on this head, please refer to pages 118, 118 to 123 of the PAC's report on this bill. Again, discussions, as I made mention of earlier and yesterday and today, if we can go by the pages and the headings or subjects that are covered on those heads. So, for example, if you refer to the estimates, you can start with pages 3 to 8 of the estimates, and if you refer to the PAC findings, start on page 118. Any comments on this head? Thank you. Sorry, Honourable Minister.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. As per our orders that in Parliament, Standing Order 64.3, 69E, we've been discussed those parliamentary standing orders. With the relevance of time, Chair, me ask you if the Honourable Prime Minister and the Leader, if we can agree to just go through the heads as per the bill, and then we may vote no for him. Otherwise, we go past 4:30. We will suspend more than 2 parliamentary standing orders, and to which I suggest that it may good for no suspending Staka order for Stamlo Parliament. And with the relevance of time, I ask our good PM and the opposition leader if they could agree that we can just vote the bill and we appropriate the bill, and this budget is for the people, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Any comments on that observation from the Ministry of Health? Minister of Finance, first.
Thank you, Chair. In fact, the practice for the last few days, if we continue, then what the Minister raising, but we have to suspend them standing order now in order for him to continue tomorrow or the next tomorrow. So probably something that as the Minister's raised. It depends on you, but Chair, as you know, if we really follow the standing order now, but I'm sort of giving me comfort that okay, we can suspend it because we follow it. But then, if you break him no more, then we suspend it more. Then anyway, I'll leave it to the.
Yeah, thank you, Minister of Finance. Prime Minister, you have it, Law Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for the Minister of Health for raising that, because we'll be guided by, because the Minister of Finance, who is responsible for this bill, has made those comments. Today is the final day of the Committee of Supply. Of course, there are provisions for us to suspend the relevant standing orders to permit the continuation of the deliberations. But in view of the suggestion made by the Minister of Health, we need to seek your views on this. Your ruling on that. The Attorney General is not here, just in terms of the legality of the process. We've come through a number of votes up to page 16, where we go through all the details. Whether going with the rest of the budget without detailed consideration is something for us to think about. But of course, as a government, and I'm sure both sides of us would like this budget to be passed as soon as we can, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. Did you have any other comment? Okay. If you look at the schedules that we are voting on, we've just completed 16 heads. But in the recurrent estimates, there are 33, so there are another 15 heads to go. But that's only recurrent. But development, you also have to cover it. And according to Standing Order 63, the period given is 4 days. Obviously, this is a 4th day. So with, of course, with the observations that have been so far, I think we have been very unconscious of this thing, as if it's will have the eternity to consider. Of course, there are restrictions on the standing orders, and this is where the Minister of Health is raising. But that said, even if we did not suspend and we go there, I can just say, okay, I will put a question. The question is the sum of, so those in favor say aye, those against say no, vote taken, we go straight, okay? But the purpose of being referred to the Committee of Supply is basically for members to have consideration of the allocations and the policy which guides the government to put the estimates and which are summed up under the schedule which we are considering and voting on. So yes, definitely, but there is also scope in the standing orders, Standing Order 63.2, a scope to extend the period beyond the 4 days that is required. So yes, either we have to give more time, already there is room in the standing orders to extend the consideration by the committee of more than the normal 4 days. And if circumstances dictate that, as I said, the number of heads yet to be considered, it's about 15 in the recurrent and almost 20 or so in development. That in itself, perhaps you can pass the budget, no problem, but for the record, you cannot access anywhere reasonings for the allocation for which the committee is delved into, which gives rise to the issue that is brought up here. Do we need to go straight out and vote on it, or we do diligence, we invoke Standing Order 63 to extend the time available to appropriately consider, as long as members take cognition of the time limits. Some of the repetitions, that's why this morning I referred to some of the questions are raised. You might as well raise it under Standing Order 23, okay? Where it's not directed at the policy, the budget, but it's an issue. Policy issues are the ministry responsible. 10 million or something. You started raising all questions here, not here, during the normal parliament meetings, under Standing Order 23, which especially the leader of opposition. So on that note, I think I'm just trying to put here due consideration of the intention proposed by the Minister for Health and Medical Services. Honourable Leader.
Like you may suspend 5 minutes, make a story first then let's come to some accommodation on how we can proceed a little bit more efficiently, then you may go from there.
Okay, so the chair has been requested to perhaps not suspend but interrupt the proceedings of the committee, and If at all possible, we'll give you 5 minutes to make a, consideration of where and how we move forward on here. So I will suspend proceedings of the committee for 5 minutes. Thank you.